This is the Tom Bigby Tales, and I'm your host, Shannon Evans. I write about a small town in northeast Mississippi along the Tombigbee River called Columbus. Today's episode is titled James Lull, the Columbus Eclectic Architect. James Lull was born in Windsor, Vermont in 1814 and was educated in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He had a brother who became a Pennsylvania engineer, and he had three sisters who also lived there. It is not clear exactly when Lull arrived in Columbus, Mississippi, or what exactly brought him here. We know he was in Columbus by 1839, as his name is listed in a January issue of the Southern Argus, awaiting his mail. He married Frances Tucker in 1842 in Noxubee County, Mississippi. Frances was the daughter of Pleasant Tucker, a land grant recipient of the Florida Indian Wars, who rose to prominence in Noxubee County and was a cotton farmer and plantation owner there. Besides being a builder, James Lull was a member of the town selectmen and trustee at Franklin Academy. Perhaps one of the most interesting little known facts about Lull is that he was a weather observer for the Smithsonian for over 15 years and kept meticulous records until his death in 1871. His records are still maintained in the Smithsonian and can be studied there. Lull is credited with introducing Greek Revival architectural style to Columbus. He built the Lowndes County Courthouse, which houses the infamous clock tower. See the episode of when the clock weights fell in 18. He built the clock tower in 1847. The clock weights didn't fall until 1900. His own home, Camellia Place, was also built in about 1847. At about the same time Camellia Place was being completed, its larger twin, Riverview, was being built. Riverview was started about 1844 for Colonel Charles McLaren. Prior to building the courthouse, Camellia Place, and Riverview, Lull built the Greek Revival style of the First Baptist Church in 1839 before the newer 1908 yellow brick version was built on the 7th Street North address. The previous version, the version that was built by Lull in 1839, sported massive columns that now grace another antebellum home further down on 3rd Avenue North in Columbus. It is thought that Lull was also the architect for the Leigh Home, Leigh Crest, Wisteria Place, Whitehall, Bell Bridge, Amzi Love, Ashlawn, and out of town in the county, Cox-Uthoven House, which is out in the country. While Lull favored Greek Revival style, he was also known to mix in some Roman Revival elements, as he did in the Leigh Home completed in 1847. After a fire destroyed the rooming house of the Columbus Female Institute in 1860 on the current MUW campus, Lull, a trustee for the school, was tasked with building a new facility for the school. His massive Gothic design centered on a large tower inspired by the tower at Packer Collegiate Institute in New York, in Brooklyn, New York, and the works of noted architect John Ruskin in his books from the 1850s. Lull designed the town's former city hall, various bridges, an above-ground cistern for the town of Columbus, as well as an elaborate pumping system to drain area swamps in the downtown to reduce not only the water and to create more building space for homes, but also to prevent the spread of infectious diseases like malaria carried by the mosquitoes. Perhaps beyond his plethora of homes and commercial buildings he designed and built, his greatest contribution to history is his unique ornamentation he added to the homes. These ornamental designs have come to be known as Columbus Eclectic. It is a marriage of Greek Revival, Gothic, and Italianate styles. Lull continued to work up until his death in 1871. In his will, He left the house and went half of his estate to his wife Florence until her death. The other half was to be distributed equally to his brother Orman N. Lull, the engineer in Pennsylvania, and his sisters Laura Roberts, Margaret Quinby, and Maria Cloyston. He left behind a legacy of his designs, most of which are still standing today as testament to his brilliance. To see some of the homes Lull built, follow the historic home tours of Columbus, Mississippi on Facebook. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, as well as share the Tom Bigby Tales podcast. Until next time, I'm Shannon Evans.